Hi everyone, welcome back to Chops Garage. Today we're driving in the Ford B-Max that I got from the main dealer Part Exchange. As with all my cars, you know I like to take them for a drive before I put them up for sale, before I put any money into them, make sure they're a decent car. Plus, I like to give people an opinion on what they actually think of the cars. Having driven them all, I'll be able to let them know about some of the features, the benefits of some of the features. No point just saying it's a feature. You'll be able to say what the benefit of the feature is, having driven the vehicle. You can give real feedback on how it drives and whether it might suit their lifestyle or not, and what they're looking for, because an awful lot of people just don't know. So all the cars on my yard, I can actually, you know, give genuine feedback on how they drive. This is the first time I've had a B-Max, first time I've driven a B-Max, and to be honest, didn't get them. I looked at it and thought it just looks like a bit of a fat Focus, didn't quite get it. It just looked a bit taller, a little bit bigger than the Focus, and I thought perhaps it might be, you know, to be perfectly frank, I thought it might be a little bit bland. So like I say, this is my first time actually driving one, and I have to say I absolutely get it now. I did not expect to really enjoy driving this car. I thought I'd just do it and this would be a tick box exercise, and then when someone came along and said they were looking for a family runabout, I'd point them in the direction of this. But having driven it now, I absolutely get it. Like I say, now in my corporate days, in between picking up a new lease car, I was given a Ford Focus with this 1.5 diesel that I've got in this car. And I remember absolutely loving it and thinking actually it's probably the best all-round car that you can get, because the 1.5 diesel is properly punchy. It really is. It punches well above its weight. When I compare it to say like the 2-litre Alfa Romeo I've got, I reckon it's just as punchy mid-gear, you know, really is. And with the Focus, not only did you have that punchy little diesel that gave silly MPG, I mean, I remember getting well over 60 miles to the gallon out of that on my runs. I was really impressed with the fuel economy. But as well as being a punchy little diesel, it also handled really well, as we know Focuses do as a general rule. So yeah, I really liked it in the Focus package. So getting into this reminds me of that Focus, but like I say, I get why you might go for it, because the differences are I'm sitting that little bit higher, which is nice. It's always nice to sit a little bit higher on the road. But this screen, there's so much light in here and so much vision. You know, this is like completely panoramic, great big screen here. You've got such great vision, and it just makes it a really nice place to be. It really does. Like I say, I wasn't expecting to like it, but I actually really do like it. It's a really nice drive. Like I say, it handles like the Focus, and this being 2015 with 40-odd thousand miles on it, it still drives like a brand new car. There's no play in anything at all. There's no play in the steering, there's no play in the suspension or anything like that. This is quite a steep on this one. Yeah, there's no play in the suspension or the steering at all. There's no knocks and bangs other than my trade plate rattling around. And actually, as a general rule, once you're up and running with this engine, you can stay in really high gears. I think I got almost all the way home last night, we're pretty much all the way in 6th gear with the, it is a 6-speed box. So again, that takes me back to when I had the Focus and I was getting a 60 mpg. I remember that I was able to stay in 6 quite a lot, because you've just got this little wave of torque that you can ride on all the time, and it will pull up some serious hills even in 6th. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by this. So here we are on a bit more open road. We're in 5th gear, up into 6th. We're the national speed limit, under 2,000 revs. We're going to come up to some light bends here. I'm just riding in a wave of torque here, but I can turn into this bend. It holds the line really nicely. Now I know a lot of you are not going to drive like this, but some of us still want to have a bit of fun while on the road. We need a car that we can still get the family in, but we still want to have a bit of fun while we're driving it. And this has that Focus chassis. It really does. It really handles well. The nice thing with this as well is it's got alloys, but they're not crazy alloys with really low profile tyres that mean you're crashing all over the place. They've got just the right amount of rubber on them to absorb some of the bumps, without crashing about. So yeah, we can turn it quite, look at it, take the line there, takes the line really nicely, there's no oversteer, and I'm still in 6th gear, I've not changed out of 6th, so we're still, you can still feel under the pedal that you're just riding that wave of torque, and you can still get some acceleration out of it without having to drop down and thrash it. Yeah, you can feel a bit more weight around you than you do in the Focus, but like I say, it's not oversteering, it's staying on its line and holding really well. So yeah, overall what you've got is you've got a Ford Focus in terms of the performance and the handling, and you know, a lot of the interior trim and so forth, but you've just got a more airy, roomy space. It just feels a lot more roomy with the height of the roof and all the glass and so forth. Yeah, great little car, absolutely great little car. So plans with this one are obviously, you know, it should be a desirable piece of stock, being low mileage, it's got a full Ford service history, it's got the economical diesel. People are trying to downsize, save money at the moment on fuel and on car running costs. It should be a popular little car. Inside, like I said, it's immaculate, so it just needs a clean. Outside's really good condition, so that just needs a clean. I think there's a little ding in the boot lid, if I remember rightly, that we want to get sorted, just to bring it up to top spec. But yeah, shouldn't need a lot on it. And like I say, we'll probably, I can't remember if we need to put a new MOT on it or not, but I just can't feel anything in the steering or suspension or brakes that would make me think that there'd be a lot to do for an MOT. So yeah, really, really nice little car, and yeah, highly recommended. So we haven't had a proper walk around and look inside it. We'll do that when we get back to the unit and have a quick look around the inside, just show you the condition and the features and so forth. So I didn't get a chance to have a look around with it yesterday with you after that little road test, but as you can tell, I've driven it to work and back again overnight. I really do enjoy driving this. It really is a nice drive. Firstly, I must correct myself. I said one of the nice things about it is you're sitting up higher. You're not, it's just someone had the seat well and truly pumped up to the highest setting. So once I pumped it down, you're back into a normal sort of Focus seating position. It's just so airy when you're sitting there. You've got so much glass around you, it feels really roomy and airy. So yeah, so just like inside condition wise, seats are in really good nick. They just need a good clean. There's no wear on any bolsters, no holes or tears or anything like that. It just all needs a clean. Obviously I've been using it a bit, so I've made it a bit dirty. In terms of fuel economy wise, I reported I used to get 60 out of my Focus 1.5 diesel in the long run. So this one, hooning around the back lanes, has averaged we've got a brake lamp bulb, we've got to change the bulb out. This with me hooning around the back lanes has averaged 48.6 miles to the gallon. So yeah, really good fuel economy. Like I said, that diesel is so punchy. It reminds me how good that engine is driving this again. Yeah, so heated front screen, obviously normal controls for your heaters there. We've got air conditioning. We've got the CD radio. Like I said, you can. I've been playing Bluetooth from my phone through the sound system on it. 6-speed box, as said. Everything in here is in really, really good nick. Everything, like I say, feels so tight and new. There's no play in anything at all. Back seats, as said, they're in great nick as well. They just need a clean. Let's have a look at the boot. We didn't look at the boot, did we? So the boot, now that is bigger than the Focus. I'm pretty damn sure that's bigger than the Focus. And there seems to be quite a lot of, I haven't played around with the seats yet, got some fuel from the cars today. I haven't played around with some seats. It looks like we've got some stuff here. So we'll play with that a second. So I had to go online and educate myself as to what the other benefits of this were over like a Ford Focus. And as well as that huge boot, it seems that there's lots of alternatives in terms of the way the seating lays out. So if I pull this handle here, just down here, seat folds flat, which they'll all do that, of course. do it individually, so you can lay it how you like. But then if you hold on down here at the base, you can actually flip the seat completely forwards. I need to get the Hoover in here, don't I? Now there's red tabs down here as well, which I believe allow you to actually remove the seats completely if you want. So you can have a completely empty load space there. But like I say, you can either have them folded like that or flip forward, and they all do that individually. So there's actually quite a lot of flexibility in how the seating is laid out. So yeah, as I said, I'm totally getting this car now. I didn't initially. I just thought, oh, it's just, you know, a bit of a bloated Focus, but actually having driven it, like I say, drives like a Focus. That 1.5 diesel is brilliant. I keep going on about it. But then you've got all this flexibility in terms of load and luggage space, and they've got this nice little if I flick the seat forward, I'll show you. Once the seat's flicked forwards, you've got these here, little bungees you can use to secure stuff as well. So someone's put a lot of thought into that. So if you like the Ford Focus but you want something that feels a bit more airy, lots of glass around you, and you need more luggage load space that's a bit flexible, this has got to be for you, isn't it? So we'll look in that engine bay. We haven't had a look yet, have we? Turbo there. Compact little unit, isn't it? Looks like there's enough room to be able to work around it without too much hassle, so I can't imagine labour costs are huge to fix it if there are problems. Oil's at the right level. But then it's got a full Ford service history, this one, isn't it? Let's have a quick look at that. So, we've got all the books, service history wise. Let's have a little look-see. So, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Okay, so we missed one service there. And it was done the 9th of the 9th, 21. So, next service is due in September. Wax oil. Oh, that's interesting. Should we have a look underneath? I'll crawl underneath so you guys don't have to. And we'll have a look. Looks to me like they've wax oiled the rear beam, I think. Can't quite see for sure. But it looks to me like they've wax oiled the rear beam, which we know on all cars as they get older they start to pick up the most dirt. So check the front one. I can't see enough there. I think they've wax oiled the rear beam. I think. The rear subframe by the looks of it, presumably just to keep the surface rust off at bay. So yeah, cracking service history on it. Time to get her cleaned up and get her up for sale. It'll be first time selling one of these, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, very impressed. They'll definitely get a recommendation from me if someone says they, like I say, they need something that's a bit roomy, economical. You know, if someone's got a small business where they load a lot of stuff in and out the back of it, it'll be ideal. Or like I say, if they run around with kids that are doing quite a lot, or dogs, it really works for all of those. And if they like something that's a little bit more airy, feels a bit more roomy. So yeah, C-Max gets a plus for me with this engine anyway. I don't know what I like with the other engines. Anyway, if you want to see how I get on with this in terms of tidying it up, see how I get on selling it, because it is quite new for me, a 2015 car. I can't remember what the value of it is. But it'll be at the higher point of the type of cars I sell. So if you're interested to see how I get on with it, hit that subscribe button and you'll get a notification when the next video comes out. As always, thanks for watching, guys.